Hello and welcome to Naval Action. This is VMAQ2DeadX, and this is a review of the Hercules. The Hercules, the mighty might of the seas. It is a redeemable ship. It's one that you can purchase, and then you can redeem as many as you want once every 24 hours. And the little history they have here is she was built in Russia as a light ship, surrendered to the French in 1809 in Trieste, who then sold it to the Kingdom of Naples, who then sold it to the British as Duke of Palma. During British service, ship escaped from the U.S. privateers several times. So that's the history of it. Let's take a look at the stats. Now this is, like I said, it's a redeemable one. I gambled and chose random as my choices, and it came out as a blue heavy rig, teak oak, rank 5, 40 guns, 3 upgrade slots, 3 decks, and a battle rating of 58. Now there is an important point. This ship kind of sits in a weird spot in the game. The top of the rank 6 ships is the La Renommée and the La Grosse Venture refit, which the Renommée is a 38 battle rating and the La Grosse Venture refit is a 40. Then there's like kind of a big dead spot till you get to the Surprise, which is a 64 battle rating. So between 40 and 64, the ships are La Grosse Venture, Indiaman, Galleon, all trade ships. The Galleon is a redeemable trade ship. Then the Hercules, and then between Hercules at 58 and Surprise at 64, there's nothing. It's this is an area I think maybe the devs should look at. Plug a couple more ships into there, so maybe it's a little bit more for you to fight on an equal terms as the Hercules, because right now you're either kicking butt on a La Renommée or La Grosse Venture refit, which there are no AI versions of that. So if you're out hunting, you're going to have to find players. You're on near equal terms with the Galleon or a Indiaman. The Indiaman is a 37 battle rating. The Galleon is a 50 battle rating. So the Galleon is probably the closest to you. Surprise is the closest. Surprise is 6 battle rating points above you, and then the Galleon is 8 battle rating points below you. And you're not really going to find those a lot in the game. Definitely not AI. You'll find Surprises AI, but you won't find a lot. Galleons are a redeemable ship, so it's a player only. And the most places I've seen the Galleon is, of course, here in the safe zone, where they're probably not even running guns. But so you're kind of in an odd spot at 58. So you're going to either have a real challenge fighting Surprises and Belle-Poules and, heaven forbid, a frigate, or you're kind of like raffle stomping the shallow zone ships, the Renommée, the Cerberus. There's not really a peer on peer kind of a combat. So it wouldn't hurt for the devs to like maybe take the Indiaman, convert it into a combat ship, and call it the Bonhomme Richard. That's my recommendation. And then you could put it right there in the mid 50s, like at 55, 56, 57. Because that's what the Bonhomme Richard was a converted Indiaman that John Paul Jones sailed around. That's my remedy to this problem, is to give this an opponent, and then the Bonhomme Richard can be an AI ship, and give the Hercules something at a peer level to fight. Let's continue with the stats. Speed empty on this particular build is 11.74. It has a crew of 243, which is a pretty hefty crew. That's more crew than a Surprise has, and a Surprise has a bigger battle rating than the Hercules. So it could be a good boarding ship. Minimum crew is 170. It has 20 cargo slots. Let's bring up the hold. And the weight that it can hold is 510. Speed is 85% empty. You can see there's nothing in there. Now this particular build has 7 hull repairs per cycle, which is +3, and then 15 rig repairs, which is +2. Now I can understand the +2 because it's a heavy rig, but the +3, it's a standard wood build, teak and oak. It's not like a Rangoon teak or any kind of fancy wood. This particular build has hit point buffs to the sides, bow, stern. Sails have a tremendous hit point buff at +457. Thickness buffs to the sides, bow, stern, and hull. Again, 3 permanent upgrade slots. Let's bring this over here. You can see you've got 3 permanent upgrades. These are all still locked because I've not sailed it yet. And let's look at the guns. So this thing is equipped on the lower deck with 10 9 to 18 pound cannons, or 12 to 32 pound carronades. A middle deck of 20 guns, 6 to 9 pound, or 12 to 32 pound carronades. Upper deck of 4 guns, which is 4 to 6 pound, or 12 to 18 pound carronades. It has bow guns, 4 of them, 4 to 6 pound, or 12 to 18 pound carronades, and then 2 stern guns, 4 to 6 pound cannons, or 12 to 18 pound carronades. So it's a relatively well armed ship, 40 guns. The Surprise has 44. And I would say that this probably would give the Surprise a good run for its money. So let's go ahead and load our ship up with the various guns, and then we'll put our basic loadout of ammo on here. So I'm going to load the 18-pound long guns. I purchased these. I am not able to craft these yet in the game. 9-pound long guns, 6-pound long guns, 6-pound long guns, and 6-pound long guns. With all of our cannons loaded, we're already up to 95% of our speed. It's 103 of 510, so we're rapidly eating up our hold space. I've got my basic hull repairs set aside here. It's 3 cycles of hull, 2 cycles of rig, and then I put about 200 medicine on there for the crew. We're now up to 97%. We're up to 123. Now this has 34, 40 guns. So 20 rounds of 40 is going to be about 800 ball. So we'll take 800. We'll take about 150 chain. Make it 160. That's 960. And then our highest caliber gun shoots how much gunpowder? 6. We're going to have to carry more gunpowder than we've been used to in the past. So 960 times 6 equals 5760 as far as powder. And there we are at speed 100%. We are at 209.8 of 510, so we're under half the hold capacity just in our necessities. And I've not added grape or any kind of weird stuff in here. So we're at our optimum speed, got our cannons loaded. Now the way I figure gunpowder is I always take the heaviest caliber in every gun, the total number of guns at the heaviest caliber. That way I for sure have enough powder. That's just the way that I do it. It's like a little insurance policy. All right. Got our crew loaded. Paints. This thing has a huge number of paints. Look at all the number of paints here. This is the first ship I've seen with more than like 6 paints. So let's run through them. We got classic white, sangre, that's a nice one. Black master, navy, roe, molested, meh. English black, chocolate, black, Mustang, velvet, Versailles, English dark, Nordic, and then English red. I like this one the best. Got our paint applied, crew's loaded, cargo's loaded. Let's take it out for a speed test. And then maybe find a fight. Okay, here we are in the open world. Let's zoom in and have a closer look at it. You can see there's no bow figure of any particular sort. There's our guns loaded. I like how the guns are in a tight group. This is a short ship, so your guns are all, your arc of fire is fairly narrow. Whereas like on a Renome, they're more spread out. There's the stern. You've got that hatch open there. A little frigate. Good looking boat. All right, let's line up and do the speed test. As of this recording, this is the speed of the ship. Don't know if the devs are going to monkey around with that stuff anymore. Start with the wind to our back. Good acceleration. Topping out at 24. Oh, wait a minute. We had like a little bit of a lag there. 24, 25. Now we'll start our turn. 2 points to the starboard. Speeds up to 26, 27. 2 more points to starboard. Now 4 points off of the wind. And we're up to 27, 28. Put the wind directly on our side. And we top out at 31. See, can we get 32? There we go. 32, 31. Let's continue the turn. Four points off. We're at 24, 25, 26, 27. 2 more points in. We're now 2 points off of directly into the wind. Down to about 20, 21, 20, 21, 21, 22. Now we'll go directly into the wind. And the speed crashes down to 4, 3. Two more points to starboard. And we speed back up. '21. 2 more points. And we should speed up some more. 26, 27, 28. I think the wind moved on me a little bit there. Yeah, 26, 27. Put the wind on our side. And we should speed right back up to 31, 32. Maybe we'll touch 33. Ooh, hit 34. How about that? Now we're going to start heading back with the wind. Speed drops back down to 28. 2 more points. We're at about 27, 26. And then back with the wind. back to 24 and 25. So what do you hunt with the Hercules? You know, there's not a lot of ships in its battle rating range, and the combat ships are many points below or many points above. So you're in kind of a dead space with this ship. That's something I think the devs should look at fixing. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a fight. A Renome would be easy to find. It would probably be easy to kill. So I'll give a look-see for a surprise or maybe a Belle-Poule, and we'll give that a go and see how it goes. Okay, tag to Belle-Poule. Battle rating of 65, and we're a battle rating of 58. Let's see how this goes. Looks like our gun crews are slightly understaffed until I click off 8. They're starting off stuck in the wind, basically. Well, shit, that was not a good shot. Can't be having that stuff. Better. Nice tight grouping there. I'm going to repair not going to be shy about repairing in this battle because I'm kind of outgunned. A better captain would take this and stern camp that guy and just like shoot the shit out of his stern. I'm not that guy. We are getting a fair amount of repairs done. Okay. Repair cycle is over. It's going to shoot chain. Several misses there. Look at that side. It's full of holes. think that's it. Yes. Outstanding. That was a tough fight. Master Cutlasses. Master Diagonal Riders. I like that one. 729 gold. And powder and ball. Not overly fond of the boarding stuff because I don't use it, but love anything that makes a ship tougher. It was a gray white oak teak Belle-Poule, so it had hit point and thickness buffs. All right, outstanding. So here is a 58 battle rating taking on a 65 battle rating. Held its own pretty well. This is a tough little bastard. That's why I call it the mighty might of the seas. Look at it. It's a tiny little package of death. So, not sure I can recommend it because it doesn't have a lot of fair competition. But if you want to raffle stomp in the shallows, or if you want to challenge yourself against higher battle rating ships, this could be for you. You know, uh, a better sailor than myself would have not incurred as much damage as I did. They would have stern camped the victim and cored him out, from the rear. But I'm not that good. So the Belle-Poule. Let's go ahead and exit the battle and see what you get as far as experience and stuff. Did I say the Belle-Poule? I meant the Hercules. I did initial ship knowledge slot unlocked. My officer earned a skill. It was 189 XP and how many? 27,000 reals. So a decent payday. The Hercules. I think I might have said Belle-Poule a minute ago, but it's the Hercules. Defeated the Belle-Poule. A higher battle rating ship. I like the compact gun groupage. Like I said, a long deck ship. Your shots kind of fan out if you're in a turn. This ship, you got a nice concentrated broadside. Uh, I will say that as low as these guns are to the water, some of the shots got ate by the waves. So you got to be worried about that a little bit, considering these are your big guns right here. So yeah, you know, if the devs would give this some love and put some more targets in its range, I think this could be great. This ship initially, when it came out, it was a shallow water ship and it ruled the shallows to the point where they made it a deep water ship to nerf it. And I'm sure there are several captains that love this, but the fact that you can't use it in the shallows so much, it's kind of a bummer, you know. It seems like, we have the super high tier ones through threes, the super low tier sixes and sevens, and then there's like one or two ships like this and the Surprise that kind of get stuck in the middle. They're a little bit undergunned for where they're currently placed, and they're pretty overgunned to be in the shallows. So there's kind of like a middling ground there where they need to refine the game, I think. instead of worrying so much about chain and open world speeds. You know, give us more content to shoot at. The Hercules, mighty might of the seas.